Hello there. Welcome to another video of Life Reset Podcast. Today, I will talk about why silent treatment hurts more than arguments. Let's get started. Make sure don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that never miss any update. They say the loudest heartbreak in life does not come from shouting, screaming, or crying. It doesn't come from broken plates, harsh words, or intense fights. The loudest heartbreak comes from silence. Silence is calm on the outside, but storms on the inside. Silence doesn't explode like anger. It slowly eats away at the heart. And this story isn't just emotional. It's historical. It's psychological. It's real. This is the story of how silence damages the human heart more deeply than any argument ever could, and how one American town learned that lesson in the most painful way possible. Once, there was a beautiful, quiet town in the USA called Ravenswood, a peaceful place, full of laughter, life, warmth, and connection. Neighbors spoke to each other. Children played freely. Families ate dinner together. People cared. People talked. People were alive. And then, silence came. Not as a storm, not as destruction, but as something that looked peaceful, mature, controlled. It began with a love story. Her name was Eleanor Hart, a beautiful, gentle school teacher whose smile could soften any soul. And his name was Samuel Whitlock, a decorated war veteran, strong, respected, admired. They fell in love slowly, deeply, beautifully. Their love was quiet but meaningful. Their laughter filled the town with hope. They married. They built a life. They promised forever. But love is easy when life is calm. Real love is tested when emotions get heavy. Samuel did not know how to argue. He did not know how to say, "I'm hurt, I'm scared, I'm confused, I feel distant." So instead, he chose silence. Whenever something bothered him, he didn't talk, he didn't explain, he didn't open up. He shut down. He'd sit at the dinner table without a word, walk past Eleanor like she wasn't even there, sleep beside her in the same bed, yet emotionally felt miles away. There was no shouting, no chaos, no screaming. To outsiders, their marriage looked peaceful, but inside Eleanor's heart, there was nothing but quiet pain. Because silence isn't peace. Silence is emotional starvation. Psychologists today call it emotional abandonment, stonewalling, psychological neglect. But Eleanor didn't have those words. She only had feelings. Feelings of being invisible, feelings of being unwanted, feelings of being emotionally alone in a relationship she was still physically in. Silence spread inside their home like winter, and winter rarely kills violently, it kills slowly. Eleanor would wait for Samuel to speak, wait for a kind word, wait to feel like she mattered again. But days passed, weeks passed, sometimes months, and she slowly broke. Studies today prove something shocking. The brain experiences emotional rejection the same way it experiences physical pain. Being ignored actually activates the same pain centers as injury. But Eleanor didn't know science. She only knew her chest hurt every night she cried silently into her pillow. But here's the tragic truth about silence. Silence spreads. The baker and his wife stopped talking. Two brothers running the town mill stopped communicating. Neighbors stopped greeting each other. Families stopped discussing problems. People believed silence was maturity. Silence was dignity. Silence was strength. But silence wasn't strength.
Silence was decay. Ravenswood didn't collapse from war, crime, violence, or disasters. It almost died from quiet hearts. Children grew up seeing parents who didn't argue, but didn't connect either. Couples walked together, but emotionally lived worlds apart. Homes looked peaceful, but souls were starving. And then it happened. One morning, Eleanor didn't wake up. The town doctor called it heart failure in sleep, but modern science has a name for it: broken heart syndrome. Yes, it is real. Severe emotional distress can weaken the heart muscle until it stops working properly. Eleanor did not die because her body failed. She died because love stopped speaking. Ravenswood cried for her. The children she taught cried. The town cried. And Samuel, the strong war hero, finally broke. He stood beside her grave, the woman who loved him endlessly, and cried harder than he ever cried on a battlefield. Because bullets didn't break him, war didn't break him, silence did. He realized too late that silence isn't cooling down. Silence isn't being strong. Silence isn't avoiding drama. Silence is killing love slowly. Eleanor's death woke the town like a thunderbolt. Suddenly, people understood. Arguments don't destroy love. Silence does. Arguments still mean, I care, I am affected, you still matter. Silence says, you don't exist to me. You are not worth responding to. You are invisible. And nothing destroys the human heart more than emotional invisibility. One by one, Ravenswood began to heal. The baker apologized to his wife. The brothers reconciled. Neighbors reconnected. Families talked again. The town started to speak. Fathers hugged children. Mothers talked instead of punishing with silence. Couples expressed instead of locking feelings away. Because silence once destroyed their love story, they refused to let it happen again. Years later, psychologists would prove scientifically what Ravenswood emotionally discovered. Silent treatment increases anxiety. Silent treatment damages mental health. Silent treatment literally hurts the body. Being ignored by someone you love hurts more than words ever could. Because arguments attack behavior, silence attacks existence. Years passed. Samuel aged. His hair grayed. His body weakened. But this time, his voice never disappeared again. He spent his remaining years speaking at schools, churches, veteran programs, marriage counseling events, telling anyone who would listen, do not love someone silently. Say the words. Speak even when it's hard. Silence cost me the greatest love of my life. Before his death, he requested one thing. Bury me beside Eleanor so she never feels alone again. Ravenswood honored him, not with silence, but with speeches, with tears, with confessions, with love expressed. Eleanor's grave no longer symbolized heartbreak. It symbolized a lesson the world should never forget. Arguments may bruise a heart, but silence starves it. Arguments bring storm for a moment. Silence freezes a soul for years. Arguments can still save relationships. Silence quietly buries them. Today, Ravenswood isn't known as the town of tragedy. It is known as the town that learned to speak. And its message echoes across America and the world. If you love someone, talk to them. Even if your voice shakes, even if your ego resists, even if emotions feel messy. Tell them, I am hurt. I still love you. I'm scared. I need you. I'm sorry. I care. Because love is not destroyed by loud moments. Love is destroyed by empty ones. If someone is still alive in your story, don't let silence be your legacy. Speak, before silence steals what your heart is still trying to hold on to. Because in the end, arguments may hurt, but silence kills love quietly.